If you have a pocket door in your house and happen to live in the United States of freedom, then you are undoubtedly familiar with the solution to the problem of how to pick the door out of the frame. And what people have come up with is a little lever thing. You push it up here and then it pops out a little hook and you grab the hook and that's how you open the door. Now, in Canada, the solution there, at least as far as I could tell, because I had one installed, was what do you call those things? A touch latch, I guess. And what you would do is you would push the door and the door would pop out. And you can see those on some drawers here, but I have never seen one on a door. And when I went to buy that push latch for the door, I found out you can't buy them. They just don't sell them. Not to be deterred, I tried to figure out a solution to this problem, and my first instinct was to go buy one of those drawer latches, and that's it there. It's actually not like that. It's not a barrel, but it comes with a flange that you screw it to the cabinet, and I just took those off and then drilled a hole for that, and sure enough, that works. But it doesn't really toss the door very much. It's a very shallow throw. So that's not really good enough. I was able to pick up this touch latch for doors, but it's not for pocket doors. It's just for regular doors that you attach to the frame and then do the same kind of deal with. So I need to adapt this to this, and that's what that little shaded portion is there. I plan on cutting the flanges off of this and inserting it into this double 2x4 crap. Of course, cutting through those 2x4s, I could either slice almost all the way through them to attach this, which is not going to happen, or I'm going to have to dig out through that and make a space for it. So that's what I'm going to do. Once you see how this works, you will not go back to the little lever hook thing. This is clearly the way to do it. So stay tuned. There will be a demonstration at the end that will, fingers crossed, work. Now, I just went to drill all the way through and I hit a screw, so that little hole there is not going to be any use to me. So I'm going to have to drill up or down, and hopefully I don't run into too many obstacles along the way. So once I get that cut out, I'll continue on here. All right, I got a couple options here. I got this vibrating tool here that I might be able to cut that out with. It's not going to be deep enough, but it'll get part of the way and then we can just chip away at the rest. I don't like how big it is. I don't really want to make a bigger hole than I need to. I'll see if I have a smaller one of these. I may. Other option is the handy jigsaw. And that just might end up doing it. I'll maybe try and pick away at it with the jigsaw first and then see how that goes. Oh, actually, I just realized that's all I can do with the jigsaw. Holy crap. Because there's no room to move in there. Okay, so we are... Freaking idiot. Alright, well, maybe I should go look for another one of those blades. Be back! And actually that'll fit that direction quite nicely. Not too much hassle. So let's hit it from the other side. All right, now, that actually worked out much better than I thought. I think I'll be able to get that in there, and with the help of our friend epoxy, I think we should be okay for making sure that stays where it should be. Maybe putting a little set screw through here might be a good idea too, instead of the epoxy. Perhaps. It's not very thick plastic, but a little bit of pressure wouldn't hurt. So I guess I'll cut these flanges off. I bought two, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, because, you know, there's always the chance you're going to fuck it up. So let's cut those flanges off and see how it fits. All right, there we have it. And oh, we got a bit of a sticking point there. Nothing a little chisel can't fix, I hope. If you're thinking of doing this, might I suggest putting this in before you put in the door, since it's a pain in the ass to work between these tiny studs. A real pain in the ass, I tell you. Clear. Oh, nice. All right. That's a snug fit. That's good. Now, let's push that in. Tap that in all the way here if I can. All right. And impacts directly on my little bumper thing, which came with the pocket door. That was the accessory we got. That's gotta come off. Let's see here. Okay, so the throw latch. No, what do you call it? Why can't I remember the touch latch? The touch latch comes with a little magnetic plate, which I have already misplaced. Pockets? No. There it is. All right. Looks a little like, looks a little bit like that. And it just, it goes on the wrong goddamn way. So it should be like this. You know, it's pretty sticky. Maybe we don't need the full surface area. Hey, maybe? Son of a... Just one thing after another, I tell you. So I was thinking I was going to have to redo the trim on here to make it flush, but this side seems good. This side's a little bit thin. I'm gonna pull that one out a bit. I've got the little magnet plate installed. I just threw it at a slight angle to try and crease the surface area. I don't know how much that's gonna help, but it seems to stick okay. Now, the back side is, you know, there's quite a bit of force that hits this thing. So I think even if I put some set screws in here and pinned that mechanism against the back wall, I don't think it's gonna be good enough. So I'm going to just measure the depth of this, and I'm going to make a little wooden plate and probably some, maybe a little block of wood or some washers or something to fill that space, and then slap that plate on there, and that should keep it from, you know, coming flying out the back at some point. Because last thing I want to do is take this wall apart to fix this mechanism. So once it's in, it should stay there. Anyway, so that's what I'll do next. And I just got a little plywood chunk, and I am going to, now what did I do here? Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue on the wrong side of the thing, because it's tapered slightly, because the hole's not quite exactly right. Okay, on the correct side of the plate. And we will just give that a little tap with the hammer and secure that down. All right, now that should fit nicely into the hole, and we'll just attach that to the back of that stud. So I think I'll double up on the condoms here and glue this onto the back as well. Can't be too safe, folks. And then all just left to do is just screw it in. All right, she's in there pretty tight. I don't think that's going anywhere, so we're, I think, ready to close up the wall. The only disappointment I have with this is this latch. Now, I don't really recall how much you need to be careful when closing the door, but so that works fine. So when you're closing it, well, you know, it's not so bad. Maybe I have nothing to complain about. Oh yeah, you see, so it does pull back a bit there. I wonder if I didn't put that that bumper in there, that would soften the blow and maybe keep it attached. I'm gonna try that. All right, I put that bumper there, and it's worse. And why wouldn't it be? Because that bumper makes that thing bounce when it hits the wall. So that's kind of what you want to stop, is the bounce. So it does work, but you know, you get too much bounce out of it. And it also is hard to close for some reason. So that's not working out very well. We'll move on, I think. All right, so there we have it. Easy push. Of course, you would have some sort of handle here. And to close, all I've got to do is put the rest of the trim on and set up the guides, and it should be good to wall in, and we're ready to roll. So how fucking easy is that, right? Super simple solution to a super complicated problem. Or maybe that's the other way around, actually. Well, I think it is. It's a super complicated solution to a simple problem. The simple problem would be, the simple solution is that, you know, nasty little hook. The complicated solution is much better. Alright, if you are deciding to install a pocket door somewhere, I would certainly consider this as an option instead of the little nasty hook down here. The only thing I think is probably not right with this is the fact that there isn't any dampening on the you know, the bouncy mechanism, because I bet the real ones have some sort of, you know, I don't know what you'd call it, hydraulic slowdown at the end, or, you know, some sort of pneumatic thing that prevents you from just slamming it against, because there's a double bounce if you hit it too hard, and the first bounce latches it, and then the second bounce will unlatch it, and then it doesn't work. But if you close it gently, then it works fine, and no unsightly hardware. So there's a lesson for you there somewhere. I don't know what it is, but you know, consider this in your pocket door projects in the future, I would think. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone.